Welcome to my personal version of a quarterback ranking segment. My version is different. It's not a rich tapestry of a player's entire career. I don't care what you did in previous weeks. This is strictly about the last week and nothing else. I don't care about your past trophies, MVPs, Super Bowls, college career, or even what you did in week one. It's simple and straightforward. This way, quarterbacks can truly move up and down the rankings each week, which is a lot more fun. And it's been voted the most unbiased and accurate quarterback ranking in all of sports talk. I appreciate all the support from the comments. You guys keep me going. So, without further ado, let's jump into the rankings. At the very bottom, we find Sam Darnold, who unfortunately fell into a hole after throwing 4 interceptions. He put his team in a tough spot, so he lands at the very bottom, right next to a past version of a celebrating Patrick Mahomes for contrast. The true bottom tier. This group includes Lamar Jackson, J.J. McCarthy, Justin Herbert, Tua Tagovailoa, and Jared Goff. It's not that they did anything terribly wrong, but they just didn't have their best games. Lamar had 0 touchdowns and 2 picks. Goff was stifled by pressure. Herbert was held to just 81 passing yards, and McCarthy was struggling mightily until his final drive. The next level up. Here we have Patrick Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence, Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield, and Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts didn't do anything wrong and managed the game well, but others simply had more impressive stat lines. Baker Mayfield had a typical Baker game with an interception and a fumble. Matthew Stafford had a fascinating but quiet game against a great Seahawks defense, managing 2 short-yardage touchdowns but not needing to do much more. Trevor Lawrence's Jaguars dominated, but his individual stats, 153 yards, 1 TD, 1 INT, were just fine, not great. Patrick Mahomes drops here after an uncharacteristic game. He had some errant throws, one of the worst interceptions you'll see, and was outplayed by Bo Nix. A 79.5 passer rating against the Broncos just isn't cutting it. The impressive mid-tier. Jacoby Brissett was a volume king, attempting a staggering 57 passes and completing 47 of them, 82.5%, for 452 yards. That's insane production, regardless of the opponent. Dak Prescott feasted on a terrible Raiders defense, piling up touchdowns, even if many were on easy, schemed-up plays. Mason Rudolph deserves major credit. Coming off the bench cold, he went 12 for 16 for 127 yards and a touchdown. That's a very impressive relief appearance. The high tier. Jordan Love didn't have huge stats, but he made some truly high-level throws in a gritty divisional win, showing great composure despite his team's issues. Bryce Young parachutes in here after a monster, yet largely ignored, 448-yard, 3-touchdown performance. The number 1 overall pick reminded everyone he's still here. Michael Penix Jr. was brilliant until a season-ending injury, completing 81% of his passes and looking great. Brock Purdy came back in and said, "Enough of the Mac Jones talk," by throwing for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns with a 133.5 passer rating. Caleb Williams makes this tier not because of his box score, 50% completion, 0 TDs, but because of his composure and problem-solving with his legs in a tough defensive game. It was a more impressive performance than his earlier stat-padding wins. The peak of the mountain. Drake May was brilliant against the Jets, making plays that transcend the opponent. His 281 yards and a touchdown don't fully capture the wow factor of his scrambles and throws. Bo Nix was this close to the top. He outdueled Patrick Mahomes and led a clutch game-winning drive against the Chiefs, silencing his critics in a massive spot. The undisputed king for this week. And at the very top, the one and only Josh Allen. To do what he did, throwing for 3 touchdowns and rushing for 3 more, is a feat only he has accomplished in the Super Bowl era, and he's now done it twice. He put up 317 passing yards and did it all with a supporting cast of relative unknowns. He is a monster, an alien, and the best quarterback in the NFL. Anyone who tries to downplay this performance is just being disingenuous. That's my mountain for this week. I'm sure many will be upset. Why isn't Dak higher after crushing the Raiders? But context matters. It was the Raiders. The beauty of this system is its week-to-week honesty. Mason Rudolph can be above Matthew Stafford and Patrick Mahomes because this week, he played better relative to his situation. Josh Allen is at the peak because his performance was historically unique. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about my quarterback mountain this week? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree, let's get some discussions going. Let's get into some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. Please consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here and would love to have you be a part of it. I want to build something we all feel connected to and are really excited about. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really helps with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.